With only a couple of events left before the SNK World Championship Grand Finals, SNK's first major worldwide tournament circuit goes back to the United States, specifically Wheeling, Illinois, for a real esports event that is quickly becoming one of the main must-attend tournaments of the country. I am talking of course about Frosty Faustings. With a massive 29 main event tournaments and more insides, Frosty Faustings had something for everyone, so it was no surprise to see a big SNK representation. And while the event did have a King of Fighters 14 tournament and one that was quite enjoyable to watch, featuring the likes of Decimo and Score, it was not part of the SNK World Championship, unlike the Samurai Shodown tournament, which saw a number of participants competing for a guaranteed spot at the Grand Finals in Tokyo, Japan. Being the hype game it currently is, Samurai Shodown tournaments tend to bring some of the top players of the area, and Frosty Faustings was no different. The top 8 included Chris G, Big Bates, Scrub Cybot, Score, and Didimo KOF, the Brazilian player that was in the center of the SNK WCS China qualifiers controversy mentioned before. The tournament was fierce, as expected. In the winners finals, Score, one of Japan's most fearsome esports players, took on Didimo KOF, the Brazilian champion, who won many Samurai Shodown events before. The match was insane, but Didimo was able to win 2-0, sending Score to losers. But that won't be for long, as Score wins the loser side and goes back to meet Didimo KOF again for the grand finals.
Yeah, the bravery from Score. And I like this burst.
Oh that's gonna do it right there. Blocks the blowback, throws. But here we go. It is grand finals. Didimo KOF going up against Score. Didimo KOF taking.
And what a match it was, giving us one of the hypest Shizumaru moments, coupled with one of the greatest comebacks we have ever seen in Samurai Shodown.
Does he? There's the SSF! There it is!
You can't burst it! And now, raindrops
under my umbrella, Ella.
All singing different songs.
Yeah, different generations, James.
Yeah, I know, right? All right. Oh boy. Okay. Big light lead. There's that crouching kick of the anti-egg.
Oh
Wake
wow!
Up,
Score. I'm not gonna lie. If I was Diddy, I would have did it back.
Under.
Now he's in chip range.
Okay, but I mean that's the best he can get. Yeah. He has no weapon flipping technique.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
He got it!
That's ridiculous! What a lord!
The air got tense as Score was able to reset the bracket and go in for one more set. But Didimo KOF was not going to let Score take another tournament, despite the fact that Didimo KOF has already guaranteed his place at the SNK WCS finals because Score was already qualified in a prior event. After a great set, Didimo KOF does what many failed to do: defeat the previously undefeated champion Score in Samurai Shodown.
Oh, there it is! Didimo KOF! Didimo KOF wins! Takes it over Score! 3-0 in the final set, Frosty Faustings 2020 champion!
Didimo KOF
and crowned the grand champion of the Samurai Shodown Frosty Faustings tournament. Frosty Faustings was a hype event, but this next one will change everything. Next stop, Tokyo, EVO Japan 2020. I hope you guys enjoyed that. The entire purpose of this road to the SNK World Championship is to actually chronicle the entire journey from the first qualifiers up to the grand finals, and there's going to be, of course, a bigger emphasis on the finals, which will be taking place in March, at the end of March in Japan, and I'm planning to be in Tokyo around that time to actually attend these finals, film as much as I can, talk to people, talk to players, talk to people who actually are responsible for this event, and talk up to SNK about what's next for the future of esports and SNK. Now, for those of you following my channel, you'll know that I'm working on 5 SNK related documentaries. Now, the first one is the one you just saw a teaser of, which is the road to the SNK World Championship. The second documentary is A Day at SNK, where I will be spending a full day at the SNK Osaka offices, and I will be talking to people in different departments and, of course, the SNK, famous SNK developers, about how they're creating the games that we love so much. This will be a very interesting look inside SNK that many of us fans would like to get. The third documentary is the history of the King of Fighters series. Now, as you know, I did the history of Samurai Shodown. A lot of people loved what I did. So I'm doing something different now for the history of the King of Fighters. While I will chronicle the entire process or history of how the games came to be, I will also be including interviews with SNK developers, KOF players, as well as hopefully some original KOF developers from the King of Fighters 94, 95 era. I'm tracking a couple ones. I'm not going to say any names now. Hopefully, once I get a confirmation, hopefully in the next couple weeks, then I will let you guys know. The other documentary I'm working on is the return of SNK. Now, as you know, SNK went through different, troublesome years, if you will, and now they're definitely making a great comeback. So we're gonna talk to SNK staff and chronicle a little bit what happened, how it went from a company that was actually going under to the resurgence or resurrection, if you will, of the company in recent years. And finally, the last documentary is SNK or Neo Geo Retro Gaming in Japan. I will be visiting some arcades and retro gaming shops and looking at what we have and talking to different players and talking to people about the significance of Neo Geo titles, as well as seeing how is it possible nowadays to be a Neo Geo collector. Is it worth it? How much is gonna cost? It'll be a fun documentary where we'll talk about some Neo Geo retro gaming. Now, as you know, I did a GoFundMe page for whoever can help with this trip. It's a little bit expensive, but I'm doing my best to make it happen. I want to take this opportunity to thank those who actually donated to the cause. There's a link to the GoFundMe page in the description below. So if you can help, that's great. If you can, just share the link, share it with other people who actually are fans of SNK and who will be able to maybe help, or also share it with their friends and so on. Now, again, I hope you enjoyed this video. I can't wait to see what you guys think. Let me know in the comments section. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time, thank you for watching.